let's talk Done and Dusted. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I've already read the whole series, so I'm going to do a video for all of the books on their own, and then I'll do a video for the series as a whole. So, Done and Dusted. It is about the youngest writer, which is Clementine, and she goes by Emmy. And it's also about Luke, who is one of her brother's best friends. And they are like friends to lovers. She got hurt riding a horse, and she's a huge world championship barrel racer. And no one can figure out why she went home. And he notices one day while she's in the barn saddling up a horse that she seems scared, and he knows that's not like her, and he knows her enough that she shouldn't be scared of horses, let alone her own horse. So he tries helping her get back in the saddle. They realize they kind of like each other. Then they try to hide it from the older brother because the older brother's a grumpy sunshine, and it just blossoms from there. It's very smutty, it's very cutesy, it's very, like, I ate this up. Like, I picked it up, I couldn't put it down. And this is my first Lila Sage book. Absolutely loved it. And I rated it 5 stars. This is the only book in the series I rated 5 stars, and I'll get to that in a separate video. But absolutely loved it. It's more of a yeehaw romance. It's kind of like my first yeehaw romance. It's not what I expected. I wanted more. Okay, this is not my first yeehaw romance. I had a different yeehaw romance that I absolutely loved, and it was good. But I wanted more of her barrel racing. I would have loved some backstory, like flashback chapters of her barrel racing, of all that. You did get some of that, but you didn't get as much as I'd have liked. Like, I grew up on horses. I used to barrel race. I used to show horses. My dad had a ranch where he bred horses for people who wanted to go into show business with horses. And this took me back to my childhood. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Gave it 5 stars. This is part 2 of my Blue Rebel Ranch series reviews. Swift and Saddled. This is the second book. This is about Weston, who is one of the brothers of Emmy, who was in the first book. And this is also about Ada. And Ada is helping Wes build this project that he wants to do for Blue Rebel Ranch, and they come together. Like, he hires her. They had like a kind of like a one-night stand before actually realizing who each other were at Luke's bar. Luke from the first story, his bar. And this is their story of how they're trying to work together at Blue Rebel Ranch and how they're trying to blossom into a relationship. Wes has, and I can't remember for Beta because I couldn't stay engaged in this one. This is the lowest rated book out of the series for me. This was a 3 star, while the rest was 4s and 5s. So, and I can't remember if it was depression or anxiety or a mix of both. And there's a reason why he has a dog with him all the time. It's a service dog, which I should have picked up on in the first book, but I didn't. And they are trying to work together for Blue Rebel Ranch, and they're trying to blossom into a relationship. It's cute. It took way too long. The smut wasn't really there for me. And it serves a purpose in the whole series because it's all intertwined. They're all They're all in each other's books, except for Ada. Ada's not in the first book. She's in later books, but she's not in the first book because we haven't met her yet. But every book serves a purpose. There's friends to lovers, there's co-workers, and then I'll get into the other ones later. But this one just, something about it just lacked for me, that I couldn't stay engaged. I could care less about their relationship. I could have cared less about the story. Like, I read this maybe a week and a half ago, and I can't even remember some of the things that was in this book like I can the other books. So this didn't hit home for me. This didn't do much for me, and I'd probably rate it a 3-star. On to the next video. This is part 3 of my Blue Rebel Ranch series reviews, and this story is about Teddy and Gus. Teddy is Emmy's best friend. Gus is her older brother. And this is more like enemies to lovers. Super cute, super grumpy sunshine. She's more like upbeat, she's more go-getter, she's more spur of the moment, and he is just a grumpy sunshine. Kind of like one of the men where you have to walk on eggshells around because you don't want to upset him, but he's not really like that at heart. Like, he comes off as stern, he comes off as a badass, he comes off as someone not to be trifled with, and she is the complete opposite. She is the light of the party. She is the person that just brings the sunshine to the room, while he is the cloudiness of the room. And then this story, they get together. It talks about how she is now like considered like a stepmom to his daughter. She makes clothes, like she designs like embroider stuff on clothes, and she lost her job, so she agrees to babysit his daughter for him, and she moves in with him because she also takes care of her dad. So she moves in with him a few days out of the week to help out with his daughter on days that he has her, opposed to his child's mom having her. So she's helping out with his daughter for him as like a side gig until she gets back up on her feet, and then they realize they kind of like each other. It's very cute. And the whole time you're like, come on, just say it, just say you like each other, just admit it, like what's holding you back? And this was just so cute. Like, I loved the dynamic that Teddy had with his daughter, and how she never wanted her to think she's trying to replace her mom or trying to fill in the shoes of her mom. She just wants to be a mom figure to her while she's with Gus. Well, Gus has her, but she doesn't want anybody to think she's trying to overstep by any means. And I absolutely love this. And I absolutely fell in love with Teddy and Gus. Like, I loved Teddy in the first book, and I loved her in the second book while she was there. But this just, it was amazing. It was so amazing. I loved it. I'm really sad. I'm really sad Amos is not getting his own book. Amos deserves his own book, but in the very end of the last book, we realize why Amos is never getting his own book. And it made me cry. But I'll discuss that in a different video. This is part 4 of the Blue Rebel Ranch series. This is about Cam, and this is about Dusty. Cam is the mother of Gus's child, and Dusty is the stepbrother of Teddy. Yeah, stepbrother of Teddy. And this is a second chance romance. It is so stinking cute. I loved this book. There's not really much smut in it. You do get some flashbacks of the relationship before, and then this really hits home for single mothers, building that village, because whether you're a blended family or whether you're a single parent, trying to parent with someone that is not your child's biological parent, it can be hard. I'm a stepmom. We don't use the term stepmom. And my husband was the stepdad to my kids, but he adopted them, so he's a dad. He's always been dad. They've never seen him as anything else. My stepdaughter has never seen me anything else but mom. So I totally understand them, just like I totally understand them. I've walked in their shoes. This was not very smutty because in the very beginning of the story, we meet her, she's been in and out of all the books, but we never get to personally have a relationship with her. We never really get to meet her. She's just been a side character. You see her when she picks up her child. We see her when she drops her off. We never have character bonding, character building with her until this book. But in the very beginning of the book, we are at her wedding, which is mentioned in prior books, but her husband leaves her at the altar. She was in a kind of a forced marriage from her parents, and she didn't love him, he didn't love her. It ends up that not him, but her ex-fiance fell in love with someone else, and he's like, I would rather pursue this rather than do it for the money and pleasing my parents. So we're dealing with her trying to find love again, trying to accept that, trying to figure out how to be a parent on her own and not lean towards anybody. She's trying to set boundaries with her parents. She's trying to be more accepting of help. She's trying to find her village, and I absolutely love that. And I absolutely loved getting to know Dusty more than just a small side character from this book where he's introduced. And I absolutely love this book. The smut is not smut until around this section. There was plenty of opportunity, but I understand why it wasn't there. It's because she had her own trauma. She had her own battles to walk through in order to be able to accept a relationship with him. And I absolutely loved it. I would have rated this a 4.5 star.